Hello tennis guys, and welcome to my channel. So in today's video I would like to share with you some of my coaching experience, and I would like to talk about the things and the stuff that makes the coaching for me so difficult, and it's happening over and over and over again, and it's probably getting worse. So guys, stay tuned.
I don't know. I've never understood that. It's a legitimate way of serving, and certainly if players, I would never use an underarm serve if someone's standing on the baseline, because I think it's a stupid idea. Because they're going to track it down and it's easy to get. But if they stand 4 or 5 meters behind the baseline, then why would you not do that?
So tennis guys, I just came from my training, and during this training I realized that some of the problems I face are happening over and over again and are really destroying the training. And I'm facing these problems, or I have been facing these problems over 20 years, and now I'm seeing that it's becoming worse and worse. So I would like to talk about this stuff that can be actually useful also for you who are going you have some personal coach, and you are going on your training regularly, and maybe you face, or maybe you are not advancing the way you would like to, but the main fault is probably, or it can be, just like for me, in your effort. So today right now I came off a training where I trained 2 brothers. One of the brothers is 30 years old and the second brother is 32 years old. The 32-year-old brother is, let's say, more energetic in talking and in his job. He's always focused also during the training on his job. He's always checking his phone. He even makes calls during the training, and that's just not good. And the second brother, he's more, the younger brother is more calm, more, let's say relaxed, but he puts much more effort into the training, and that's why he's getting better and better. And for me, it's much more easier to coach someone who is really into the tennis, who is putting everything into the sport, rather than someone who is having just, let's say, fun for 1 hour, and then he needs to rush into his work, and he needs to do his business. And this is not only happening for adults but also for children, but more and more adult tennis players are putting less and less effort into the training, which makes it for me extremely difficult. It's almost impossible to learn these people something, and eventually they abandon the sport. They just leave the sport because they lack the enthusiasm, they lack the effort, they lack the interest. They just wanted to try it, and when they realized that playing and learning tennis is a long-term, really long-term and super difficult experience, they just leave it. So there are like 50% of the people I coach that when I meet them, they just want to learn the tennis. They are quite enthusiastic, but after a few hours they realize that they are not progressing as fast as they want to. And the main problem is they are not putting the effort into the training. And I always tell these people that everything in tennis comes from the movement on the court. And these people just stay in one place, they make like 2-3 steps, they try to hit the ball, they hit it wrong, and it's all about their movement, and also the movement between the points or between in the rally. So they think that it's just enough to strike the ball and then just stay in one place. And I'm always encouraging them and telling them, you need to make split steps, you need to move between the point, you need to be always focused on the ball. And they try it and they suddenly realize it's super difficult and super demanding. They are exhausted, and I'm like, but you need to do this for 1 hour to experience or to learn something, to progress something. You need to stimulate your body, you need to put it into a high stress level, and then you will get rewarded. And that's not happening always. And I'm like, I just can't learn these people tennis. I can learn, let's say, the mechanics, but I just can't learn exactly how to play because they don't put everything into it. So that's a big problem I'm facing all the time. The people are becoming more and more lazy. They don't want to step out from the comfort zone, and even they are paying quite a lot of money for the training, and still they are not putting everything into it. And I'm one of the coaches that I'm not there for the money. I'm there to learn something, to learn these people something. And I'm always so disappointed when I come from training where I couldn't put enough, let's say, enough knowledge and my experience into the training because the person on the other side of the net just is unwilling to do it, to do these, let's say, orders I say them. So that's what I'm facing all the time, and I believe it's getting worse and worse. But of course there are people that are trying super hard, and they will never learn the tennis the way they imagined, but they are trying, they are at least trying. So for me, the effort in the sport is absolutely everything. I don't care about the results. It doesn't really matter. But if you put everything into the training, that's the best you can do. So that's for the adults. Now I will skip to the children category. So guys, with children it's super difficult also, and to keep their concentration on the court, to keep them focused all the time. But the biggest problem, the biggest issue I face is that they just choose a wrong sport. And these children, they don't choose the sport, their parents choose the sport for them. So one example, I have one young boy and his sister. So the sister is 8 years old, the brother is 10 years old. So I'm always arguing with the brother. It's super difficult. He is not accepting, let's say, my personality and my orders or at least at the first, let's say, 20 minutes on the court. And when I push him kind of into the corner, he starts to, let's say, getting more focused on tennis, and eventually we can have some training. But it costs so much energy to begin correctly the training with the children, that they come from school, directly from school, their head is like all over the place, they can't focus because they play with a mobile or tablet in the car. Their mom just drives them to the training, then leaves them on the training, and they are so unconcentrated. It's just crazy. So for these little people, for these children, it's better when they have a long tennis training, like 2 hours, because the first 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes, they just need to adjust to the fact that they are on a training, and they need to, let's say, obey, they need to listen, and they need to concentrate. And it's super difficult. So when I have 1 hour with these kids, it's like the half hour is like wasted for nothing, just for, let's say, making them focused. But the sister, it's a completely different story. So the sister is 8 years old, and he's into sport overall. She likes to move a lot, she likes to run a lot. But after a few tennis sessions, few tennis lessons, I realized that she doesn't like the sport too much. So I asked her, so what do you want to do instead of tennis? Why are you here? And she's like, my mother told me I should play tennis. And I'm like, and you don't want to play tennis? And she's like, yeah, I don't want to play tennis. And I'm asking her question, what do you want to do? What do you want to play? And she's like, I want to play football. And I'm like, okay, it's perfectly okay. Girls in these days play football like it's normal. Why not? You can play football. But my mom doesn't want to allow me to play football. And I'm like, okay, I will speak with her when she comes. So mother comes, and I'm telling her, your daughter doesn't want to play tennis, she wants to play football. And the mother is like, no way, no football, no football whatsoever, never ever. And I'm like, why? She's so enthusiastic, she wants to play football, she doesn't want to play tennis. And I tell her even that I will lose her, I will lose the money because she could possibly switch to some other sport. I'm perfectly okay with that, no problem at all, because I want to learn tennis only the people they are interested in the sport. Okay, so and the mother is like, no way, she will learn tennis. And I'm like, but she doesn't want to. Oh, I insist, she will learn tennis. Okay, so for the next lesson, when the girl came and the mother drove away, I bought a ball for football. I brought a ball for football on the court. And I told the girl, like, okay, we will play 30 minutes tennis, and then we will play 30 minutes football. But it is our secret. Don't tell your mom. And she was super happy. Like, she was like in heaven. She was like, she couldn't believe it. I was like, why not? I'm a tennis trainer, but I'm here to do the things you want to do, actually. Your mother is paying me to train you, to learn you tennis, but if you don't want to do that, it's more important for me if you don't want to do that. If you want to play football, we will play football secretly. So we play football 30 minutes every tennis lesson. It might sound crazy, yeah, but it would be from me, it would be just wrong to to play tennis with a 8-year-old girl that doesn't want to play tennis. Isn't it crazy? Like, the parents are crazy in these days. They don't think. They are just, okay, it's my girl, and the girl, she won't play football because football is for boys. And I'm like, no, football is also for girls. Army is for girls too. Girls can do what they want to do if they are good in it. And actually, the 8-year-old girl is really good in the football. We're playing like small matches between each others. We're shooting, and yeah, trying some mechanics, some tactics with the ball. Because when I was a child, when I was really small, like 6 years old, I also began with football, but I didn't like it. So that's why I switched to tennis, and this is the opposite case. And you should allow your children to do what they want to do. If your daughter wants to do let's say, martial arts, karate, why not? She will be happy. All her life will be a happiness if you allow to do her. She wants to shoot with guns, or she wants to be a police woman. Why not? Just allow your children do the things they want to do, they are passionate about. So guys, these are the two biggest problems I face all the time. So the first one, it's for adults and for kids also: lack of effort, lack of real interest, lack of concentration on the court, focus on the court. And the second thing is they choose the wrong sport, or it's happening for the children that their parents choose the wrong sport for these kids. And I can see that, like, in 3 lessons I discovered that these kids are enthusiastic about something completely different. Maybe they just don't want to do any sport. They want to just run. If you want to run, just run. Don't try to learn tennis if you are a runner. Don't try to learn tennis if you are a singer, or if you want to do just some other things. Don't force your children to do that because maybe it is popular. Okay, it's popular, but your child will be unhappy, very unhappy. It can affect your child's whole life. These stupid decisions, egoistic decisions. So guys, this is what I wanted to share with you, because I have these ideas all the time. It's on my heart, and I just wanted to share with you. So guys, if you are going to play tennis and you have your personal coach, please do him a favor and put absolutely everything into every single lesson. Run like crazy, move like crazy, try everything at your maximum potential, at your maximum level. Then you will get better. So guys, that's all for now. I thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, click this thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, click thumbs down. Of course, you can. And if you want to support my channel, just buy me a coffee. The link for the platform is in the description below this video. I thank you in advance. And for now, it's everything. Enjoy Wimbledon, and yeah, I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious! That ball was on the line!